Hello again. So today we are test driving the famous BMW i8 plug-in hybrid supercar, sports car, one of BMW's technological flagships. Thank you to Corey Scarfo from Bud's BMW in Oakville for letting us drive this beautiful machine. So we'll start in basically an e-drive, which is then pure electric, and then Corey will tell us how to switch modes and so on and so on. So we will actually get to hear the normal engine as well. But for now, I guess we'll start off in pure electric, which is the e-drive. So okay, so let's go. While we're doing that, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the specs of the car and the pricing as well, and etc. etc.
Sure. So you'll notice the car has, or you will know the car has just about 362 horsepower. That's combined between the electric motor and the gas engine. It has about 420 foot-pounds of torque. And it's very lightweight because of the carbon fiber reinforced body shell with a very low center of gravity. So it is on an all-wheel drive as well, so you'll get plenty of performance out of it.
So basically you mentioned to me before that the 3-cylinder gasoline engine is actually in the trunk.
That's correct.
And it drives the rear wheels, where the electric motor is in the front, driving the front wheels.
That's correct, and they do work in unison, you know, based on the software from the computer system.
So we notice that when we're in an e-drive, you can see the dashboard it's an electronic, fully electric electronic dashboard. It dials it down to about 50% power band. So when you drive it in a normal comfort or sport mode, I guess, then you have the full use of all of the horsepower, let's say, right? So this screen is the same as all the other plug-in hybrids, probably with the e-drive displays, right? So it's will be similar to the X5 plug-in and the 3 Series plug-in, but this dash is specific to the i8, the center dash, right?
That's correct. Yeah. Yes.
Beautiful pickup, and there's no problem in keeping it in all electric and still driving rather aggressively. So it's always nice to see and feel. And you can hear the electric motors spinning up. It's a very nice, quiet sound. So how do we switch modes?
So to go into sport mode, we're just going to take the e-drive off first by pressing that button. Now to go into sport, you're just going to want to push the shifter over to the left. You'll hear the engine roars up a little bit more, and the gauges on the dash
become red.
To red. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can definitely hear it now. Wow, sounds almost like a Ferrari. You couldn't tell that it's only 3 cylinders. Wow.
No.
Sounds pretty aggressive.
Feel free to, you know.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Let her rip, as they say.
That's right.
Oh yes, definitely. It's a beaut.
It gets up to speed very quickly, and you'll notice that it doesn't have a very raw feel, but it's still very fast.
Yeah,
right?
very fast, but very smooth. Yeah. It's not abrupt. It's like it's a nice power surge.
Yeah.
And you can shift the gears. Is it 8-speed?
I believe it is an 8-speed. I'll have to double check, but I believe it is.
And it nicely revs it up when you reduce. So it's we're in M3 right now. Yeah, you could definitely, by the sound of it, you couldn't tell that it's a 3-cylinder, that's for sure. It must be the world's most aggressive sounding 3-cylinder, that's for sure. Ooh, nice backfire too. But here again, we're talking electric, so we'll switch it back. So basically, in drive and e-drive, and you instantly are cruising in pure electric mode. So it's a beauty and a beast.
It's a good way of putting
Dr.
it.
Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, basically. So you got best of both worlds. And it's amazingly quiet again. And if we turn off, how do we turn off the climate? Just
So we'll just put it right down here, and then we can
it's off.
turn it off completely right there.
Now it sounds like a jet taking off, basically. So in the electric mode, does it still go through the gears? Same as the engine?
No, so when
it's a
you're
single gear.
Exactly. When you're in the all-electric mode, it's just.
So it's different than the other plug-in hybrids like the X5 and 3 series plug-in, which still go through the same gears, right?
Correct.
So this one is different.
Yeah.
Definitely there in pure electric mode. So the range when fully charged is officially,
You'll roughly see about 25 kilometers of pure electric range.
in ideal condition again, right?
That's going to be average conditions. You'll see.
No,
Let's just go straight. Yeah.
and the MSRP these days is still around 149, or is it gone up?
It's about 155, 160.
155.
Yeah.
Plus all the options. What are some of the options that you see people most popular among drivers in this price range?
You know what? Everything pretty much comes standard. You have an option of different rims, but they're at no charge. And then you can go with one different, interior package that changes, the seat belts or the leather. But essentially, everything is standard in the car.
That's the beauty of old silent driving. And if you feel like going back to previous century, you just turn it into sport mode and hear the roar. I never thought I would say that, the roar of the 3-cylinder engine. And we're back at Bud's. So just put it back in the same spot as we were.
That works.
It was just here next to the 7, right? It was
That
here.
works, yeah.
So it has the same reverse camera, I'm sure, as the other cars. The center screen, yeah, similar to mine. Still has the sensor, it has the camera.
Parking lines on
there. Let's have to get used to the shape of the car. It's a little different than some of the other ones, for sure.
A lot lower and a lot wider.
Well, maybe we shouldn't be this close. You have to remember about the shape of the doors, I guess, right? Should we get it slightly further away from? That's the one thing you have to keep in mind when you have unusual doors, is leave yourself space to open them up.
Most definitely.
So maybe just quickly you can show us the various displays here on the. So basically, it's this one, like it's very similar to all the other cars, right? Basically menu.
Exactly.
So multimedia.
So the iDrive will be almost exactly the same as a traditional BMW or the i3 as well. You'll get the shifter right up here. The eDrive button is going to go through the electric. You still do have the comfort in Eco Pro, very similar to the i3. Your ventilation gauges, your radio, your driver assistance features, which are just right up here, and then your digital gauges as well.
Gauges over here, and you can customize is there a way to customize this digital display, or
it automatically changes whenever you change mode, whether Eco Pro or Sport or eDrive.
Okay, gotcha. So basically here we're in eDrive. Take it off the eDrive.
Yeah.
And if you, well, you can't because we're in park, right? But anyways, when you change, it shows here Eco Pro.
Yeah. Goes into,
there's no Eco Pro Plus. There's only Eco Pro.
That's correct.
Or Comfort, right? So it's those two settings, and then there's the eDrive.
Yeah.
There we go. It just dials it back to the maximum 50%. Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, Corey, for your time today. It's been a real pleasure, and it's definitely a super car to be recommended for anyone who is in the range of around the 150 Canadian. It's a spectacular car, and I think it will become definitely a collector's item with its unique carbon fiber body and the technology in it. So I think you'll see those actually maybe increasing in value over the next few years.
Yeah.
It just may very well happen. Thanks so much again.
My pleasure.
Take care.
This episode of TEVAdrive was brought to you by FetchIt, your on-demand delivery service app. Make your deliveries and moving hassle-free at fair prices with FetchIt, available in the Greater Toronto Area.